difficult, very varied, very eclectic life. I've come from the absolute bottom of the bottom, a single parent household in a project in England, council estate, in the worst town in England, the lowest income school. I went to the absolute bottom to the complete top of life. And across every echelon, I learned a lot of lessons. There's not many people who have been through a life path like mine and learned what I've learned. And I feel like I should sit here and I should teach people and help people. And I think that in the end, I'll be rewarded for it. And if I'm wrong and they put a bullet in my head, then everybody on the internet can say, ha ha ha, they got him. And that's it. What more can I do? But I don't think that being a coward is the right option. I think that when bad things happen, the answer is always more work. It is my job to try and show the world that I'm here to teach good things. And the unfortunate thing about the Matrix is how brutally dishonest it is. They know that I'm saying good things, and they're trying to pretend I'm an evil person because they don't want good things to be taught. But God does want good things to be taught, and you have to believe in a higher power above newspapers and press and MSM and garbage. You have to believe in something which is more powerful with a bigger meaning, and I believe in God, and I believe God wants me to sit here and tell men all about my life experiences and the lessons I've learned and how to be better people. And I think that that makes the world a better place, and I do truly believe that in the end, a lot of people will be rewarded for doing the right thing. Not just me, everybody who listens to me. So maybe I could disappear, but I don't think I wouldn't feel proud of myself. I might be happy. Isn't this interesting how this ties into what we said?
Yeah.
I might be happier if I disappear because I have my fast cars and I have a bunch of women, and I have my kids, and I have all this money, and I have these big houses. Yeah, I might be happier, but would I be proud of myself? No, I'm more proud of myself sitting here at midnight talking to you because I know I'm helping people and I can tell people that things are going to change their perspective, as you've said. That makes me feel proud of myself, and I'm interested in feeling proud, not happy.
And look, man, and again, I know you did change my perspective. You really did. Like, when you see me in a month or two, I'm gonna look different. I'm gonna be different. And I just want to say one last thing before we don't have to talk about it again. But anyone who's battling addiction, you're invested for some reason on this clip. Me and Andrew speaking. You can do it. You can beat it. Stay strong and stand tall and change. Like you said, bro. You gave me a talk. Bro. Addiction's strong, but we're the boss. So, And also, bro,
you can't be controlled by a non-sentient product. I mean, that's insanity.
Yeah, and also I want to say, last thing is, man, there's a lot of quote unquote role models out in the world, but
name another role model besides me.
That's what I'm getting at. Quote unquote, who the internet is saying is a role model. When you got locked up, it must, I'm not speaking for myself. I know there's people out there that felt it too. When you got locked up, bro, it was kind of hard for people that, I'm not saying relied on you because everyone's their own man and everyone's got to do what they got to do, and I get it. But, I look up to you, bro. I really do. So it was really hard for a lot of people when you got locked up because it's like, okay, now who do we look for? Who do we look to?
Which is, yeah, and I understand that. And that gives me a degree of happiness. It makes me happy. But then also, I guess, God decided it had to happen. He wanted me to learn some things or just suffer through some things, and that's fine. And then perhaps maybe God also did that to the world so that my words were more appreciated when I came out. Now when I say things, people might finally listen to me, and maybe the world will change. Maybe it was part of the path. Allah is the best of planners. I'm not going to sit here and say I know more than God. If God decides I have to go back to jail forever, then that is God's decision. And it's my job as a man to sit here and suffer and please him. That's my job, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do my push-ups until the day I die. If I could be 83 years old doing push-ups in my cell, that's what I'm going to do.
Gotcha. Damn, man. I just, I genuinely, all shit aside, man, I miss you, bro. I would have, what I should have done? And I feel bad for this. I'm apologize to you, bro. I really feel like I should have just somehow still flew to Romania, went to jail purposely, and,
A letter would have been fine, Adin. A letter would have been nice.
I know. Well,
it's okay.
Let's hope I never have to write you a jail letter ever, ever. Because,
Let's hope. Let's hope. But, I have to be very careful what I say, but I think everybody understands what's happening here.
For sure.
And everybody understands. Anybody who believes I'm a human trafficker has a mental deficiency.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the next question?
Well, look, I want to say, what can men do in particular? I don't like to be specific when I say men, but what can men do, to stop, I see a lot of agendas being pushed around the world, and honestly, it gets me upset, and man, it's like every time I'm vocal about it, I get the craziest death threats from people that are on Twitter that aren't even real people, it seems like. And if you know what I'm talking about. But there's just these certain things just being pushed nowadays. And I just,
why do you think they're being pushed, Adin?
I don't know.
Think about it.
To distract people from doing, I guess, good.
If you adopt what they want you to believe, your mental model is so destroyed that you'll believe anything you are told. What do you call somebody who believes anything they are told without reason or proof?
What do you call someone who believes everything? There's people are sheep.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this is why they're trying to instill certain ideas which you know to be false, and which most people know to be false.
But why does
that's why they find me so dangerous, because I sit here and combat these ideas. Now, everybody believes in something. Everybody has a religion to some degree. There's no such thing as an atheist. Everybody believes in something. Every single atheist I ever speak to has some strong belief. They believe in liberalism or whatever flag they want to worship. So you have to sit there and decide, as a human, if we're not sophisticated enough to not have a religion of sorts or have a creed which we adhere to, then which religion am I going to believe in? Which religion am I going to adhere to, which is going to advance my life and be the best for the people around me? And the answer to that for me is God and Islam. So you sit and say, why are they pushing these agendas on men? Because these people are empty-minded. If they were strongly believing in God, they would have strong principles, and they wouldn't be able to adopt these principles which are being pushed upon them. If you have an empty mind and you have no baseline morality and you have no rule set, then you could adopt anything. Why? And I'll ask you this, Adin. Why is pedophilia bad? Why is it bad? The law says it's bad. Why is it bad?
Morally, it's incorrect.
Morally, it's very incorrect. But I'm saying if the law were to come along and say it's not wrong anymore, would you still think it's wrong?
For sure, 100,000,000%. But
okay,
yeah,
exactly. So you have a baseline morality which is installed inside of you that makes you understand that some things are right and some things are wrong, regardless of what the law says. Where do you think that comes from?
The heart, within, intuition.
God,
yeah, of course, intuition, God. But that's why I want to, Andrew. Now I'm seeing now it's getting so bad. I'm seeing it pushed on the children. These agendas.
Well, that's how you control the future, Adin.
Oh yeah.
You change the children's mind, and then you control the future. If you think generationally, if you want a certain outcome in 100 years from now, there's no point convincing you and me. We'll be dead.
It's true.
Who do you convince?
Children, because the children are the future. The youth is the power.
All of this is very purposeful. Nothing is an accident.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so important people have something to believe in which is rigid and strong, and they have something to believe in with correct, yes, no, clear guidelines. This is why it's so important you have certain ideals or certain religious structures which may be deemed intolerant by others, but it's their intolerance in and of itself that makes it have any principle at all. That's what's so important about all of it. Everybody believes in something. And I think the closer you find yourself to God, the better a person you would be. If you were strictly religious, you wouldn't have become a drug addict. You wouldn't have tried drugs because you know it's haram. God would have saved you.
But however, there's a time and place for everything. For example, how old were you when you found, God, I would say, because you're full converted to Islam. You're full Muslim now. So how old were you? There's a time and place for everything.
Well, there was a time when I was an atheist.
Right.
But most people are not smart enough to be atheists. I am, because I'm at the highest possible level of intellect on the planet. I am smart enough to be an atheist. Most aren't. But even then, I still believed I was fighting, because I was young. I was about 21, 22. I was very, very rigorously training. And I believed in hard work, perseverance, dedication. I believed in suffering. I believed in going through more pain than my opponent to win. I still had my religion. My religion was just based around the brutalities of combat. I still had a religion. My mind was not empty, ready for programming. So if someone came along with me with slave programming, I would reject it, because I'd say that will not allow me to win my fight. Saying I just want to be happy means I won't train. Saying act how you feel means I won't ignore the pain. So no, I ignore all of that, and I'm going to stick to my creeds, which are straight-faced stoicism. Hurt him more than he hurts me. So I always had my religion to a degree, but I found God as I got older, because I understood that I was wrong to not believe in God. I was wrong, and it's the only time in my life I was wrong. In fact, you said earlier I said something which was wrong. There you go. That's what it is. I said once, I'm sure at some point in the past, I said God was not real, and I was incorrect.
Well, I knew it. I knew you said something wrong.
There you go, Adin. I'll give it to you. Congratulations.
So